Hello and welcome to your Life Ed Booster session. Today, we're going to go further into the learning we covered when we visited your school. We're about to start the first of 3 videos. While you are watching, there'll be some questions thrown your way, and your teacher might want to pause the video so that you can discuss or write down your answers. I'm sure you fabulous students are going to have some great ideas. Wonderful teachers, I also wanted to let you know that there are other resources to support and assess student learning in this module included in our website. So everyone, let's get started.
Well, hello there. I'm Lucy. Welcome to Take a Breath, Booster Sesh. It's so good to have you take part in the Life Ed program this year. I'm guessing you've already seen Healthy Howard already? Excellent. You may have met J and D when we caught up IRL, but I'm gonna go bring them back and sort of set the scene and remind you about what Take a Breath is all about.
Hi, I'm from Queensland and my question is, who invented vapes and why were they created? Nicotine is in one vape. Why do people vape?
My question about vaping is, what does it do to the lungs? I want to know why vaping is so bad for my body.
How do people overcome a nicotine addiction?
Why don't they just ban vapes and cigarettes in the shops? How does addiction affect your everyday life? Why can't little kids vape?
I really want to know when vaping will be banned.
I want to know why vaping is addictive.
Why people started smoking? By the flavours of vapes? And I'm interested to know if young people actually enjoy vaping.
Hey! So that's a lot.
Whoa, questions, so many questions, but great questions.
But so many.
Okay, your voices are officially heard. Now,
Take a breath. That's better.
yep, take a breath and take some time to think about all this. Dee, are you ready?
Never been readier. Let's do this.
Hey, I'm Jay.
And I'm Dee. We ask students just like you to send in video questions.
Questions about things like smoking,
And vaping.
vaping.
Whew, that's a thing you had lots of questions about.
So, we went looking for answers. We talked to experts, and we also talked to, drum roll please, teenagers.
Yep, they had a lot to say too.
They told us stuff they wish they knew when they were like your age. So we got all their ideas, fact-checked them, and turned them into this.
There's always going to be new things, and there'll always be people trying to influence us to be them.
Like, did you know our grandparents were told cigarettes were healthy? I mean, what?
By the time our parents were teenagers, everyone knew smoking was harmful. But tobacco companies still use the media to make smoking seem cool.
And now vaping's the new thing they're trying to sell us.
Who knows what's next?
But your voice, your choice.
Stop, take a breath, and think. Ask some questions, get some answers, then make your own choices.
So, that's your challenge today. Ready?
Let's go!
Before we start, we're going to give you 10 seconds to share with the people near you something you remember from the last Life Ed visit. Anything at all. Maybe about nicotine, or how it affects the body, or how we can be influenced when making choices. Okay, well, we're going to go even deeper today. But first, take a breath. Nice. So, you may recall that nicotine comes from a plant and how some humans have been using it for a very long time. Does anyone here remember or know how long? 5000 BC. That's over 7,000 years ago. 7,000! Over the years, nicotine has been used in a lot of different ways. Tobacco leaves were chewed and spat out. People used pipe cigars, cigarettes, and now there is a new system for people to get nicotine into their bodies. E-cigs or vapes. So, what do we know about vapes? Well, that's the thing. They're so new that even the experts are just finding out how they're affecting people's bodies. Sounds like a bit of an experiment to me. Let's get the word on the street.
You want to be healthy? You want to feel good? You want to save money? Don't vape. At least the new laws are making it harder for people to get vapes. And those of us who don't vape, well, we're the majority. People getting sucked in and sucking on vapes are the minority. But I don't know. Maybe it's not really their fault. Vapes are made to be highly addictive. I blame the big corporations who make them and sell them. They're huge companies which are making billions of dollars selling people the idea that vapes aren't as bad as smokes. Sure, smokes are bad for people. We all know that. But think about it. There have got to be risks from vaping. I mean, vaping is literally heating and burning chemicals and breathing them into the lungs and body. Not to mention plastics and heavy metals. Of course that's going to affect the body. Some of the effects of vaping could take 20 or 30 or more years to happen. That's how long it took for doctors and scientists to learn about the long-term risks of smoking. There's so much we just don't know yet. Long-term study on vapes haven't even been done yet. There hasn't been enough time. So it seems to me that vapors are the experiment. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be anyone's experiment.
So, when smoking was growing in popularity in Australia, nearly 100 years ago, people really had no idea about the health impacts. Actually, way back then, some doctors even thought they had health benefits and would prescribe them to their patients. I know, it sounds really weird now. Cigarettes were advertised everywhere. They were made to look as attractive as possible. They showed glamorous people wearing glamorous outfits, puffing away on smokes. Ads showing a doctor, a baby, Santa Claus? Give me a break. When people are trying to market a product, they create an image and try to make it look like something the cool people are doing. They wouldn't have gotten many customers if they showed people coughing up phlegm. I don't know about you, but I reckon our generation is smarter than that. We know when someone is trying to sell us something, and we won't get sucked in by some weird, shiny ad. By the 80s, when a lot of your teachers at school were in primary school themselves, the government went really big with campaigns to educate people on the dangers of smoking. Eventually, ads for cigarettes were banned, and then laws were brought in to make sure that all tobacco products were in plain paper packaging that also showed pictures of the health impacts of smoking. It's pretty full on. Yeah. Why do you think the government brought in these laws? So those campaigns must have worked, because smoking went from being something like this to this. Like this. So it seems like there's a lot of things that influence a person's decisions around stuff like this. You know, you got ads, government campaigns, a person's friends, a person's families. They can influence it too. And all of these factors add up to some really great news. Most people don't smoke in Australia. In fact, Australia is considered to be a world leader in anti-smoking campaigns. Nice one, Australia. And there are plenty of good reasons why.
People understand the consequences associated with smoking. Smoking can lead to life-threatening diseases, such as lung cancer, heart disease, and respiratory problems. Smoking doesn't only cause harm to the individual smoker, it also poses risks to those around them through secondhand smoking. Additionally, smoking can be a costly habit, and is now considered socially unacceptable in multiple societies. Embracing a smoke-free lifestyle is a wise decision that promotes a healthier, cleaner, and more socially responsive way of living. And that's why you shouldn't smoke, kids.
So now I'm gonna take a breather myself. When we come back, we're gonna look at what has replaced cigarettes and get our sciencey hat on for a bit. Laters.